Hello everyone. In this video I will be telling you all about the city trips through Belgium I did together with a group of friends. We have traveled to 5 different cities by car, starting with Antwerp. As you can see, we started our trip off in a single. It's an impressive architectural realization with a build-up area of around 85,000 square meters. Thanks to the architects Stefan Beel and Leon Stenen, people can find each other here in music, theater, dance, concert, art, education and many more. After visiting the single, we arrived at the port house of Antwerp. Here, Schoutteet used a combination of very modern architecture to a rather classic building. The new addition looks like a shining diamond above what once was a fire station. It's so rotated that it points towards the Schelde, whilst the triangular transparency and closed elements reflects to the changing hues of the harbor and the sky. From there on, we made our way to the Thomas Museum on the Stroom, which translates to Museum at the River Flow. Its unique architecture is based on the 19th century warehouses that are typical for the city and its district. By stacking the museum rooms on top of each other and turning them a quarter each time, an impressive spiral tower is created. Hereby, its architecture creates a stunning promenade along all the museum rooms, with a breathtaking panorama awaiting at the top. The last architectural building in Antwerp, we have visited the first skyscraper ever built in Europe, with its total height of 87.5 meters. After World War I, the city was left in rubble, so most of the buildings had to be rebuilt. After all the work that has been done to it, it became a multifunctional building for all sorts of layouts. As of the second city, we went to Gent. Here we made a few architectural choices to visit, starting with SMAC, translated to the City Museum of Contemporary Art. The building itself is rather built up in a classical architecture and did not actually really look that interesting. Yet the interior is very bright during the day because of the many skylights that are applied. This kind of architecture makes it possible to exhibit the art to its maximum capacity. The second building we visited is one of the city's libraries, the Krook. Its architecture is truly inspiring, and this is for several reasons. There's a correct balance between silence and noise and many more. Also, despite its size, the building itself is very light looking. Our next stop was the Tower of Books. It was designed around 1930 by Henri van der Velde, where he applied his formula of light, proportioned and fine materials. We have heard that this building has been constructed down to the smallest detail, like a Greek cross shape symbolizing the connection between heaven and earth. Our last visit in the city, we passed the City Hall. The design was created to give a new interpretation to the city squares with the city center, so it has a major impact on the environment. The building consists of a steel structure with a wooden roof. In this roof there are about 1,600 small windows integrated. These filter daylight underneath the building but also gives a glow of light during the night. The roof construction is built out of 2 saddle roofs that are rest on 4 large pedestals, which are used for technical area and others. After visiting Antwerp and Gent, we drove to Oudenaarde to visit a few interesting buildings, starting with the Knesselar Chapel. The chapel is designed by Julian Lampens, who is known for his use of concrete in his brutalist architecture. Interesting on this design is the fact that there is a light well above the altar, along with a large scaled window at the back wall. After wandering around this chapel and also looking at its very silent area it's placed in, we went ahead and visited the Mustard Abbey. It's located in an average industrial estate on the outskirts of Oudenaarde. The target was to create the most modern factory in the Low Countries, and it seems to be quite successful. The last place we visit in Oudenaarde is named The Ham. It was the final piece of urban renewal that extended both the urban planning as the general socio-policy of the city. They have designed this project so there will be a lot of diversity between the functions and the possibility for small shops or companies at ground level. The last city we went to is Hasselt. First, we visited the courthouse. It was built in 2013 and designed by Lens Architecten and H2O Architecten. It's a very open and transparent building with direct public access. It's not only a courthouse, but it's also a university library for the Faculty of Law. The building has 3 different sections, one for the courtrooms, one for the library, and one for the office tower. After the courthouse, we went to Hasselt's Town Hall. It's very noticeable when you enter the city center. The town hall opened in 2018. It was designed by Jasper Ayers Architects. The building itself is very transparent with a lot of reflective glass which mirrors the surrounding. The building has 7 floors and has the striking shape of a ship. In Liège, we first went to Lamoot. This building is designed for the 1905 World's Fair. The collection of Lamoot was created in 2011 when the Museum of Fine Arts was found. Several collections were merged. They added a large extension containing a new hypostel room alongside the canal to the east, measuring 1,200 square meters, fully glassed and supported by around 21 concrete columns. After the Bouverie, we went to Liège railway station, designed by the famous architect Klaas. Liège is the 3rd largest city in Belgium. It's an import hub in our country and is one of the 3 stations on the high-speed rail network. The station is used by The station was officially opened on 18 September 2009. It has 9 tracks and 5 platforms. The new station is made of steel, glass and white concrete. It includes a monumental arch 160 meters long and 32 meters high. The project has no facade in the traditional scene, since the interaction between interior and exterior is seamless. The monumental roof becomes in effect the project's facade.
Soundstripe.